What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to EP09. Alright, so I want to start this one off with an update from Alexandru-Vasile Uta, which I know I probably butchered that name, so I apologize. He goes by AC Cell PCA Pro on his Instagram. Alexandru is currently only 2 days out from competing this weekend at the PCA Universe, which if you guys never heard of the PCA, that's the Physical Culture Association, which is a European-based pro bodybuilding league out there. But yeah, Alexandru is looking absolutely insane right now. He actually began as a men's physique champion in the PCA league, but made the switch over to bodybuilding, I would say pretty much out of necessity. The guy is way too big for men's physique. He's got crazy round shoulders, he's crazy wide from the back, his conditioning is looking pretty dialed in at this point. This is yet another example of a physique that I think would do well in the IFBB Pro League. But we would have to really see him in a lineup with other competitive pros to really know how he would do. I'm not sure how competitive the PCA League really is, but we can assume that the PCA Universe show is probably the best of the best in that league. So this is one guy I definitely want to keep my eye on after this show this weekend. Let me know what you guys think of Alexandru down in the comments section below. Alright, next up, we have a couple of last-minute entries into the Cali Pro, including the much-anticipated return to the stage of Sergio Oliva Jr. So Sergio made this post on his Instagram where he has a caption here that says, "We did it. Never done this before and got on a plane across the world to hop on stage right away. I'm a stress ball of water, but no matter what happens, I'm so happy to be able to just do what I love and be back in my home. God bless the USA." Now, Sergio actually turned off the comments on this post, so there's really nothing to confirm that this is accurate aside from this picture. And I know that Sergio does respond to people in his comments section, oftentimes to really defend himself. But since Sergio typically posts like 2 or 3 times a day, I'm sure it won't be long until we get solid confirmation that he's landed in Los Angeles. Don't get me wrong, this is good enough for me, so assuming that he's actually in California, where does this put Sergio in this lineup? There's absolutely no doubt that Sergio has been looking insane lately. I would say the best that he's ever looked. But the question is, will that translate over to a winning physique on stage this weekend? Can Sergio win the Cali Pro? Now, essentially what I think here is I'll tell you guys flat out, I don't think that he's going to take home the win. I think Tonio Burton is still going to take home that win in Cali. Because although Sergio has these insane Instagram updates, and they are absolutely crazy, don't get me wrong, there's a couple of factors with Sergio, one of which I've said before quite recently. Sergio has been holding on to his condition for weeks now. It actually seems like it's been a couple of months. And I'm wondering if that is going to affect his ability to really nail that peak at 100%. Is his body going to respond to the peaking protocol? And I think that's a consideration here. Now, at the same time, Sergio said it himself in this post. He described himself as a stress ball of water. So, he just had a very long flight from Dubai. He's probably retaining a lot of water, and we saw this with William Bonac at the 2022 Olympia. Flying in too close to the competition can cause that fluid retention in competitors. Not all competitors, but certainly a lot of them. That's why people fly out early, a week before the show even. I think at least a few days would really make a big difference. And if this is the case with Sergio and he's less than 48 hours until taking the stage, he may not have the time to really drop that water in time for his physique to really have that polished look on stage. So, do I think Sergio will win? No, I don't. But could he win? Of course he could win, and he very well might, don't get me wrong. But I honestly think he's going to end up placing second behind Tonio Burton. But either way, this last-minute edition makes this a very exciting show, and it just got a lot more interesting. Now, with all of that being said, Sergio is not the only last-minute entry into the Cali Pro. We have an announcement from Mohammed Shaaban that he will also be competing in the Cali Pro this weekend. And this was one I wasn't expecting. But Mo was planning on doing the Toronto Pro, which is only next weekend, so I guess he felt he was ready and decided to try and capture that Cali Pro title. Now, Mo Shaaban actually took second in the Cali Pro last year behind Charles Griffin, and Mo finished 10th place at the Olympia in 2021. Now, it should also be noted that Mo Shaaban has beaten Tonio Burton on this very Cali Pro stage. So, not only is this a big name added to the list of competitors here in California, but he's also a legitimate threat to that title. And Mo Shaaban is looking really good here. It looks like he's going to be bringing the conditioning. He's got crazy vascularity through the quads right now. His legs look absolutely massive. Crazy big arms, great proportions from the upper to lower body. Definitely a very balanced, very dangerous physique in this lineup. Now, we haven't seen anything from the back, but from what we're seeing in the front, I think he's going to bring his best package to date. Now, again, I do think it's possible that Mo Shaaban could come in and win this show, but I'm going to stick with my prediction that Tonio Burton is going to win in Cali. But I don't think it's going to be as easy of a victory as it was before the entry of both Sergio and Mo Shaaban. So let me know in the comments below, you guys, who do you have winning the Cali Pro? Do you have Tonio, Sergio, Mo Shaaban? What about Beef Stew? He's been looking ridiculous after the New York Pro as well. But anyway, let me know down below what you guys think. Alright, last up, Nick Trigili has been removed from YouTube yet again. I know it was just the last video I made where I said Nick was back on YouTube, but here we are again, you guys.
Also want to tell you guys, YouTube got me again yesterday. It's okay. We'll be here carrying on Instagram, on Patreon, on Rumble until I get to the bottom of what's going on with YouTube. That's what lawyers are for, right? They get to the bottom of things. So when I get an answer, you guys will know. But for now, support me on Instagram, Patreon, Rumble.
So only after 3 or 4 days back on YouTube with a new channel, The BS in Sports, Nick has been removed from the platform yet again by YouTube for violating YouTube's terms of service. And I'm assuming this is stemming from the original ban he received and that this isn't something that he said or did on his newest channel. Now, one thing that Nick did update before the BS in Sports was taken down was in the About section on his page, where the description claimed that the channel was either being run or managed by a company called Tech or Fitness LLC, which appeared to be a social media management and promotion company of some sort. And I think this is how Nick planned on getting around the YouTube ban. In Nick's thought process, in my opinion, I think he was thinking, well, it's not my channel. I'm just a guy on the channel. I don't own this channel. But I thought it was pretty obvious after the first YouTube ban that it was not Bodybuilding and BS that was banned. It was specifically Nick Trigili that was banned from YouTube. And that's why YouTube removed his platform being Bodybuilding and BS. That's why YouTube removed all of the Muscle Maturity podcasts from the Old School Labs YouTube channel, which I did confirm that from John Hansen. And that's exactly why YouTube took down the BS in Sports. And you know, when Nick lost Bodybuilding and BS, I was surprised. Very surprised, actually. But this time around, I'm a bit surprised it happened this fast. I didn't think YouTube would catch on to his new channel so quickly, but I'm really not surprised this time around, and I did think this was just a matter of time. Whether it had been a month, a year, 5 years, but yeah, 3 or 4 days, I think this solidifies the fact that Nick really is not welcome on this platform, and he will not be able to get around the YouTube rules to get back on the platform. But you know, I've said it many times, you guys, Nick is a relentless individual, and if there's an opportunity for him to try again, even if it is what seems like a futile effort in my opinion, then there is not a doubt in my mind that he'll try again. And I do want to wish Nick the best of luck, no matter how this YouTube thing turns out in the end. You gotta respect the hustle, but you know, you also gotta respect the rules. Now, you guys can head over to Instagram and follow Nick on his Rumble and on his Patreon. You guys know how to find him, I'm sure. And let me know what you think down in the comments below. Did you think this was going to happen as fast as it did? I certainly didn't. Anyway, that's it for me in this video, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to EP09. Be sure to like and subscribe.